When we came to this school, the problem we identified, first and foremost, was that learners had a problem with concentrating in class. And when you inquire further, you find out that maybe they didn't have supper or they didn't have breakfast, something to do with meals. And on a keener look and upon discussion with the other fellows, we realized that this is directly linked to climate change, because this poverty they are facing, the food shortage, it's all linked to climate change. However, these learners were not aware that their problems actually link to climate change. And this was through a survey that we did, and we found out that 75% of learners had not received any formal or targeted education on climate change and its effects. And about 80% of them could not link their daily activities to these problems, to the effects of climate change. So that's how we came up with this. We thought, okay, how do we make this learning fun? How do we teach them about climate change and its effects and adaptation methods as well as mitigation, but not in a way that they are taught in class? So after going through the training by Mtoto News and Teach for Kenya, I became a climate education and leadership ambassador, and we launched the club here in the school. The enthusiasm of the learners has really been amazing, because even as of now, we can see the impact it has had on the children. Some of the aha moments that we get. A learner can just come and explain to the other learners about a concept in climate change, and you can really tell they understood based on how they explain to the other learners.
Through plastic disposal, many things can happen, because when somebody sees that plastic is on their property, or maybe it's on their shop, they might decide something that it's to ban them, not to let them be recycled or something else, just to ban them. And that can lead to many issues, like for example, air pollution. As we know, plastic can contain many chemicals, and that is very bad, it's very harmful to us. Another thing, through this club, I've learned that we can join groups and find ways in order we can clean our community. We can just talk to the chief and he might let us collect garbage and clean the environment. Another way is that we can also plant trees in our community. Like for example, in our forest, we get so much help to plant as many trees as we can. Because as we plant trees, the more they collect the carbon dioxide. And the more they collect the carbon dioxide, we get an inch closer in stopping climate change.
The level of understanding, the amount of research they have done, and even their enthusiasm when it comes to hands-on projects that we do. Community cleanups, tree planting, art projects. When it comes to this, you can see the enthusiasm. You can see them asking questions, probing things that actually matter. And now I'm so happy that they can link whatever problems they are facing in the community to actual climate change and what they can even do, the ideas they have to mitigate some of these effects and to adapt to the change.
Once a beautiful land, now is dirty and dead. Work at the hands of man, resources pulled out from their bed.
We have launched an environmental education club, came up with their own constitution with the help of us fellows that will govern them, that will help them to follow exactly what they're supposed to do. We have also hosted a tree planting session, and this was majorly for community sensitization, since the parents were involved, the teachers were involved, the local authority was also involved, and this was quite a success because everyone was engaged and it's highly impacted our school.
Floods, drought, famine and fire, all the landfill gets higher and higher. Toxin, rubbish, metal and plastics. Do you think we are doing good?
We have so much in store for them, and I'm sure they also have so much in store for us. So in first term, we plan to do purely waste management. So of course, as we're covering other concepts in climate change, we'll also be covering waste management more in particular. And of course, at the end of the term, they will be doing a project, and they will come up with their own project, of course, to foster leadership and other skills that they, such as self-efficacy, such skills. And this project they will be implementing termly. Term 2, we intend to do food security, and we'll teach them as much as possible on food security so that at the end of term 2, they can do a project on food security. And the best part is term 3, they'll be doing a buddy system. We are thinking of pairing them with other learners. We pick one learner, we pair them with about 2 learners, 1 learner from the club, 2 learners who are not in the club, so that they can start practicing peer-to-peer education. Because the goal of this club, of this Climate Education and Leadership Club, is simply so that these learners can teach other learners in their community on climate change, on mitigation strategies, and on adaptation methods and strategies. And I'm really, really excited about these learners because I can tell that this club is something, you never miss the water till the well runs dry, but you also don't know what you have been missing until it arrives. So I can tell that they actually wanted this club, it's just that it wasn't there. And I am so happy we started it, and I am so grateful for this entire project.
If now the environmental conservers leaders continue with this program in the next 2 to 3 years, we'll be able to impact the whole school at large and even the community. Thanks to Teach for Kenya and Mtoto News.
Start saving the environment before it's too late. Next generation won't arise. It's we today. Start taking care of food and water. Do not delay. Pollution can be controlled if you are ready today. Thank you.